Hey guys, it's Lucius back with more American Horror Story vlogs. I'm really sorry I missed the episode last week, but I was really busy with Alamo City Furry Invasion. I had a really good time there, so I decided what I was going to do this week. I'll just combine the two most recent episodes, which honestly kind of works out because. Oh my god, there was a lot of revelations in these two episodes. Oh man. So, let's see, where do I start? Okay, so, Richard Ramirez is still lurking around, looking for, Brooke. It turns out that apparently he got together with Montana. And she wants Richard Ramirez to kill Brooke because apparently she was the sister of the guy that Brooke's fiance killed at their wedding before killing himself, and she thinks that Brooke lied and that she actually did sleep with him, and that's why that he died and everything, and. Yeah, Mr. Jingles is still going around. It's revealed that the freaking nurse wasn't really the nurse. She was some crazy psychologist. She was basically like the female version of the crazy psychologist from the from last year's Halloween movie. The one who wanted Michael Myers to get free so he could observe him and shit. That's basically who she is, because she goes into like the asylum, into the asylum where he was being kept like weeks before he escapes, and she basically tells him that if I could just study you and everything, you could help answer so many questions and everything. And she's crazy. She's just crazy. And yeah, she wasn't really the nurse. There was another nurse. The real nurse was on her way. She ends up stalking the nurse, ambushes her at a gas station, and basically takes her job. Which I guess makes sense. They probably didn't do a face-to-face. I'm guessing they didn't do a face-to-face interview. It's revealed that in this most recent episode, Mr. Jingles was never even the killer. Yeah. Oh my God. This was a pretty big revelation. I have to admit I actually didn't see that coming. I probably should have, but I actually didn't see that coming. The real killer was the current owner of the camp, the crazy religious lady played by Leslie Mann. I can't remember her name. But yeah, she apparently got fed up with all the other campers because they were always bullying her, and so one night, she finally just snapped, murdered them all, and basically murdered like half of them in their sleep, and then just half of them she just snuck up on them and just stabbed them to death. She cuts off her own ear to make it look like he did it, and she frames him. She frames him for it, and he kept insisting that he didn't do it. And the psychologists are like, no, you obviously did do it. You obviously did it. Just confess. And they give him a bunch of electric shock therapy and everything. And yeah, it's revealed that he was just a freaking pawn. He didn't ever murder any. Or well, actually no, he did murder people because he did. He murdered people in the asylum, and then he murdered some people at the camp because of what happened. He currently murdered people at the camp is what I'm trying to say. They actually, some of the stuff that happens in these most recent ones, I actually had some problems with, specifically the ending to this most recent one. Okay, so I was really confused at first before it ended, because Richard Ramirez gets in like this huge fight with Mr. Jingles. It's actually a pretty cool fight, and Mr. Jingles ends up killing Richard Ramirez, and just impales the back of his head on this tree branch. And I'm just like, what? Like, how does that make any sense? Richard Ramirez died in prison. He was executed. And so I was just like, what even? And then the ending happens, and I guess through the power of Richard Ramirez's Satanism, he comes back to life. I'm not even kidding. Yeah, his body just levitates off the ground. There's all this weird chanting. He opens his eyes, and they're just black pupils and everything. And yeah, he comes back to life. Why? I don't know. I didn't like that personally, just because it kind of begs the question. Okay, so years from when this takes place, he's gonna die in prison because he gets executed. He eventually gets caught, and then he's given the death penalty. How come Satan didn't intervene when he's getting executed for his crimes? I don't know. I didn't like that. I thought that was like just what, like, did you really have to like kill him and then just bring him back to life? It just feels weird. Especially to me, it wouldn't feel as weird if it wasn't like a historical figure. If it wasn't like a historical, real life serial killer that actually existed, I wouldn't have that much of a problem with it. But yeah, there was some like pretty like gruesome deaths in this. Oh yeah, the other thing that was revealed, I just remembered. Again, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I can't remember like the names of all these people. But the black guy reveals that the main reason he took the job at the camp is because he's apparently on the run, because he was responsible for this guy who was getting initiated at a frat hazing that he was a part of, died. He like falls down the stairs. I guess he didn't check his body well enough, because then like the one of his frat bros tell him, oh god, you have to get rid of the body, you have to make it look like an accident, yada 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 yada. So he takes him out to like by this cliff, puts his body in the driver's seat of his car, and then like puts it in drive. And then the dude starts waking up, and it's like, oh, okay, he wasn't really dead, but the car's already rolling, and yeah, he doesn't save him in time. He ends up grabbing his watch as he's falling off the cliff, and it's just like, wow, what an idiot. It's like, you really couldn't check his pulse well enough? Like, I know he fell down the stairs, but people can survive falling down the stairs. And so, the reason he took the job is because they eventually found his body, and he knew, it's like, oh god, it was only a matter of time before they connect that watch that he was holding to me, and I have to run. And he ends up confessing this to this guy that he thinks is unconscious, to one of his friends, because they fall in like this spike pit that Mr. Jingles set up, and one of them like gets impaled through the shoulder. Gosh. And then he's just like, oh dude, you know, I could hear you, like, all that. And so he ends up like panicking and just abandons him like a total asshole. He ends up getting killed a little bit later. Which, yeah, big surprise, the black guy gets killed in a slasher movie, of course. Yeah, I had a feeling he was gonna die at some point, just didn't know when. Oh yeah, there's this really intense scene in the kitchen. This one was probably the part that I was just on the edge of my seat the most. So the dude from again, I'm really sorry for blanking on the names. The dude who's played by the actor who played the Antichrist in Apocalypse, he ends up running to the kitchen to warn the cook, who is busy making sandwiches. Apparently she's not in on this. I was really expecting the cook to be in on this too. But she's not, and she's just all confused. Apparently she doesn't know what's going on. She doesn't realize a bunch of people are getting killed. And And then Mr. Jingles comes in, this huge fight happens. He shoves the dude into a fucking oven and turns it on, and I'm just like, oh my god. He doesn't die. The cook manages to free him before she gets killed, and he's just covered in burns. He looks awful. He's somehow still alive. He's probably like severely dehydrated. That's, I think, most of the major plot points. Now Mr. Jingles is after Leslie Mann's character because he knows that she revealed to him that she was the real murderer. And the reason she framed him is because she was mad at him because he told her that he would always protect her, and he didn't really intervene that much when she was getting bullied. So she's just like, you didn't do anything, so you had to suffer too. And so now he's looking for her, trying to kill her. So I guess what to expect next episode. Richard Ramirez now has the power of Satan, and yeah, there's gonna be like this huge fight between Mr. Jingles, Leslie Mann, and probably Richard Ramirez again. Oh man, but yeah, I tried to remember as best I could because I watched this like back to back a few days ago, and I'm only like recording this on Sunday, so I'm excited for the next episode. Like I said, even though this one had some stuff I didn't like, I'm still sticking with it. It's still good. It's still entertaining. It's not like I said, it's not like cult. Thanks for watching my vlog. Make sure you like and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next vlog. See you next week, guys.